moving over to topic 2. Kayla, what is your topic today?
My topic is Pokemon, as you can tell from my lovely friends around me.
Not at all.
What? Um, but yes. I mean, generally, I guess it'd be mostly about the games.
Okay.
And maybe favorite Pokemon, maybe favorite evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I got all of them here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of covering up Vaporeon and Sylveon. Leafeon's kind of off the screen actually, so.
All
But
right.
yeah, I got a lot of nice little things here. So.
All right. Well, lead the way. Where are we starting there? Captain?
Um. So, what so far has been your most favorite game? Out of the ones you've played, including like Arceus. I know that one is a very different style, but we're gonna lump that in there
Okay.
too.
If we're talking all the Pokemon games, I think I definitely have to give a shout out to Silver and Gold. That was my first one I owned game wise. I had seen my cousins play a little bit of Red and Blue, and I think that's kind of what pulled me in, along with obviously the show and the cards. That was definitely a big thing back in the day. But Silver was the first one that I had played through. I was going through a move at the time, so my uncle was very kind enough to give me a Game Boy Advance. Got Silver version with that, so I spent all my time playing that whenever I had an opportunity. So Silver was a big one. And then the next Gen 3 Ruby version, that one was probably one of the first games I put 100 plus hours into playing through, which was nuts, especially at my age. Like, wait a minute, that's okay, that's a lot of time into there. So those ones were good. And then I did not own them for the longest time, but playing them at friends' houses it was always a fun time, whether it was the main game or the mini games, especially was the Pokemon Stadium series 1 and 2. Those were fantastic. And like I said, with the mini games mainly being what we played, being dumb kids, like it's still a standout. I think it's Pokemon Stadium 1, but there's a game where your little Pikachus, I think you're Pikachus. No, you're Clefairies and Jigglypuffs, excuse me. But you're counting Pokemon as they run across the screen. And if you're playing with computers, at some point at the very end of the level, they'll just like count 20 out of nowhere. It's just, I don't know why. It's simple, but it's stupid and entertaining. Those games are always fun as well. You mentioned Arceus, like that game with the different style. It was interesting. Same with wasn't X and Y. X and Y was like my resurgence back into the series after a break. Sword and Shield. Like those two games, both fantastic. Playing them, with Lady side by side, just kind of living that experience together. She didn't play Arceus, but playing Sword and Shield together was a blast. And then, Arceus being that different style, it kind of added something new to the series that I guess it needed, but it was a nice like coat of paint that was different to it. That was a lot of fun, and that one I need to go back to. I haven't played that in a minute or a little while, but it was a nice change of pace for a while. But yeah, the games have always been pretty good, pretty fantastic. Yellow version, Black and White were surprisingly really good story wise. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. What about yourself? What was a standout?
So, I think it's. I don't know what my most standout game. Well, I guess I do know my most standout game, which is really weird. It was actually Sword and Shield. Cause like that's the one I did put. I mean, the most hours into.
Mm-hmm.
X and Y was the first one I actually owned. Well, owned because I owned it and then I lost it.
Oh,
So
way to go.
yeah. I don't know what happened to the system or the game. Just totally gone in a move. So I was never actually I played through most of it, but I never got through like the final
Ah,
the big four.
yeah.
but I think Diamond was the first one I actually collected all the Pokemon in.
Oh wow. Okay.
And now I'm like, oh, 100%ing the Dex. Is this gonna be a new thing that I have to do? Yes,
Oh,
apparently it
okay.
is. I did it in Arceus as well. Um,
That is a
Honestly, I
feat.
feel like it might have been a little bit easier in Arceus
Oh
to do
really?
it. Um, except for a couple of them,
Okay.
because there are a few that will only appear in like the time rifts and stuff.
Right.
That was annoying. But a lot of them you can kind of just be like, "Oh, where's this one? Oh, it's kind of over in this area," and you'll run around and fly around, and then it's like, "Oh, there it is."
Mm-hmm.
Um, Although Diamond was pretty easy with the underground area.
Oh, what was? I didn't play much of Diamond and Pearl. What did the underground area provide?
Um, so, uh, this is they had it in the old one,
Mm-hmm.
uh, unless I'm remembering wrong, and then also in the new one, uh, it's an underground area. You get a special tool from a villager, um, and it's just a huge underground labyrinth
Mm-hmm.
of just different rooms that have different types of Pokemon in them.
Hmm.
Like this one's gonna be like a watered area. This one has grass, so it's like a grassy area. This one's all ice, so there's a couple ice Pokemon.
Hmm.
And there are so many rooms. I went into the underground the first time and went, nope, not even gonna, no, no. And I went into one room, and it ruined it for me
Oh yeah.
because there was only one room uncovered, and I couldn't deal with that.
Oh.
I was like, now I got to do it all, and I went through every single room. It took me a few days, but
So
it got me a lot of the Pokemon I needed as well.
kind of sounds like a Safari Zone, like on steroids.
Um, yeah, in a
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
All right. Nice.
So yeah, but I guess my favorite out of all of them, I guess yeah, is probably Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was easy to get all my evolutions. I always have my team.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, out of all of them,
All right.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. What's something you'd probably like to see in like new games coming up?
Hmm. Okay, so we talked about Arceus kind of changing stuff up, obviously with its
Yeah.
gameplay, running around. It's just the collection. It's no real fighting, kind of similar to the Let's Go. And I'll say I liked Arceus a little bit. Wait, do you fight in? You fight like a little bit in Arceus, right?
So you can battle with the Pokemon, like
Oh yeah,
they're
you chuck
gonna
'em out
they
and-
will
right.
come after you and
Mm-hmm.
they will kill you if you are just standing there minding your own business because you walked away for a second and then you come back and the screen is black because a Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
knocked you out. So they'll attack you, no provoke needed.
Okay.
But as far as like Pokemon trainers go, there's none in the world.
Right,
Like
okay.
none out there.
So I think what I would want is kind of like a fusion between Arceus and what Sword and Shield did, where you had the big open areas, or the wild areas, or whatever they were called. I think I'd want a fusion of that. The trainer battles have always been something enticing, I guess, to me, that strategy aspect of it. Not that I've been great when it comes to like a player versus player scenario, but in trying a Let's Go, it just didn't do anything. It was just like, why do I want to catch 100 Caterpie to train this guy? Like, that seemed odd, and I guess you're doing that in Arceus too, but at least with the Pokedex challenges, I had a reason to do it, I guess, instead of just experience gain. So I think what I would want is just more of the living world that they've been kind of gradually moving towards. I think that would be my biggest improvement, I guess you could say, or modification to the game series. I still want to do the, the 8 gym badges, the Elite Four, stuff like that. But yeah, kind of make it more of a living world with the Pokemon around. I think another thing too, and this kind of calls back to my favorite was Silver, but something that stood out to me with Silver that I don't think any of the other games have done is once you beat Silver, did their 8 badges, did their Elite Four, you would fight Red from Red and Blue or whatever. And then you could go through Kanto's 8 gyms and Elite Four afterwards. And I was like, this is awesome. It would be insane, and I don't know how you would level balance this shit, but if you could go across multiple generations and regions and go through their sequence, that would be really cool. Like I said, I have no idea how you balance that, because usually you're like level 50 to 60 by the time you get to Elite Four, and obviously if you're walking into the first gym and fucking wherever, Pewter City, and you're like, hey Brock, fuck your Geodude, I got a level 60 Blastoise right here. Like, that doesn't work. It's not enticing enough. So if there was some way where you could carry over maybe a Pokemon or two, or maybe like, hey, this is your team, they all have eggs, and now you're starting fresh with like your 6, maybe that would be enticing enough, because it is a restart, but you have the people you want. Maybe I that would be something that would be really cool, but I have no idea how you would make something like that.
Yeah, that would probably be difficult, but I mean, I love the idea. Because I mean, I feel the same way. How Arceus gave that whole new feel of this is what it could be if we want this, and it's like, I like this, but one thing I did really miss about Arceus is the gym battles. I liked kicking their butts. I liked looking ahead to see, oh, I'm facing a water gym. Alright, well, who's my favorite grass Pokemon? Or, okay, I gotta go beat this fire person up. Vaporeon? Let's go, girl. It's your time to shine. And just, beating the Elite Four, that feels nice.
Was that
however
easy for you to do the Elite Four? Because I remember for years I could not defeat the Elite Four. I think I had to have a friend do it, and then I felt bad, and I restarted my whole game.
So, it is, like, honestly, the Elite Four, always easy for me, but I do that thing where I level up, like, at least 10 levels over.
Now, do you do it with your whole team?
Yes.
Oh, see, I was terrible as a kid, where I'm like, oh, my starter, every battle is my starter. So my starter would be like level 70, and then the rest of my guys are over there like, like no power. And then I'm like, oh no, my main one went. How am I getting fucking rocked here? Well, dumbass, you didn't put time into it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what I'll do is I will put, like, because I will look ahead, or they'll tell me, like, hey, your next badge is this one. So I'll be like, okay, the weakness for this one is such and such. I'm going to put this one out front, and they're going to, do most of my main battles that I need for right now.
Right.
But I'm also making sure that all the other ones are getting leveled up. So there is a little bit of a level gap between what I know is going to win and my other guys that I have, but it's never by too much. It's like by 5 levels at most.
Gotcha.
But yeah, for all my gym battles, I am that person. I will over level, so it's not that much of a difficulty.
Right.
However, Diamond kind of switched the scope on that, because one, Cynthia, she sucks. She is so mean.
Okay.
She just has everything, and even when you're like over leveled because it's hard to over level, and the Brilliant Diamond one. because I got so used to the easy overleveling in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when the new Diamond came out, I was like, oh, this is a grind. And then Cynthia, she is technically actually one of the hardest trainers to beat.
Okay.
It's been actually like, yeah, they made her harder on purpose out of all the other ones that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
The Elite Four in there, the fire one, no, he's not a fire type. He has one fire type, and then all the rest are different ones.
Okay. Yeah, they had one in Gen 3 that was like that, where it was Camprupt. And it's like, oh yeah, he's technically fire type, but he's going to earthquake your ass every time.
Yeah, it's like, that's not fair. If you're a fire type in the Elite Four, you want to know what you do? You have fire. You have your Flareon, your Charizard, you know, your Chimchar. You do your thing with the fire.
Oh man, what a disgrace. You get beat by a Chimchar in the Elite Four? This little monkey just whooping ass. He didn't evolve him, he just kept an Everstone.
Yeah, that's level 100 Chimchar's gonna wreck your shit.
Oh man.
But no, I feel like you should have fire type, especially if you are an Elite Four and your badge is fire. Like, if you didn't want that, you should have just been like, no, I'm in the Elite Four, but I'm a mixture. I'm good.
There you go.
That would have sufficed me. Don't say you're fire if you're not fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. So we have a new one coming out for Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet and Violet.
Right.
Have you seen any of like the new trailers for that one or anything?
Not trailers, but I do remember our starters. We got Gatito. We got
Sprigatito.
Oh, Sprigatito. Excuse me. The little cat. You got the dinosaur fire guy.
Fuecoco.
Then who's the water type?
That's Quaxley.
Yeah, Quaxley. Donald Duck. How did I forget that?
I have them all written down because I did not want to. I knew I was gonna forget Fuecoco. I can't even say his name. He's a dumb looking dinosaur. He's pretty derpy.
What?
Like, he's cute. Don't get me wrong, but no.
So yeah, I've seen them. I've seen Lechonk, and is there like a
Lechonk?
Who's the little seed dude? I don't know, but I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen the trailers or anything.
Do you know who you might be picking if you get the game?
They're all adorable. I don't think they've released any evolutions yet, as far as I can tell.
They have not.
So
I have some words for them about that.
I really like all three, and I think this is good because usually I was always in between fire and water. Like, I hated the grass types. I think Owlette was the first one, the grass type, where I was like, ooh, you're really cool. Or Rowlet, excuse me. Rowlet was the first one. And then, so this one, I don't know. Because I like the dinosaur, but I think he's third to Quaxley and Sprigato, the cat. Sprigatito, god damn it. I don't know. See, if I get it, I presume Lady's gonna get it, and we're gonna be playing that one again side to side. I feel like she's gonna go Quaxley, so I feel like I gotta pick a different one. So I think I'm gonna go to the cat. I think I was good for Sprigatito, the green cat of leaves.
The leaf cat. I remember it because I was watching an off topic, and Lindsay was like, Sprigatito, Despacito. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's. And Sprigatito was literally the only one that stuck in my head because of that. But yeah, I mean, as far as starters go, I want to see the final evolution of it because I like Sprigatito, and much like yourself, I have never chosen a grass starter. And also very rarely do I choose the water starter, which is
What?
It's weird.
No
I don't
Squirtle
know.
love, no Totodile love, no
I love
Mudkip
Squirtle.
love, no Piplup love, no other water type.
I I had a Piplup starter,
Hmm.
and I don't know if I had the um. Yeah, I already forgot. How did I forget that name? Totodile love.
Totodile, he was good.
Um, he was a cute little guy. Um, but this might actually be one of the first times I pick a grass starter.
Hmm.
I was close to picking Rowlet for Arceus. Side note, did you pick Rowlet for Arceus, or did you pick Cyndaquil or Oshawott?
I went with Cyndaquil for that one, just for nostalgia
Okay.
purposes.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, Rowlet was in Arceus as well.
Yeah.
But I think I might go Sprigatito, but it depends on the final evolution.
Yeah, if it's
I
like
want all
Fennekin, where
fours.
he's like
I want all
wizard
fours
cat.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Please. I am sick of the being cute on all fours, and then you're like, I'm gonna be
Humanoid
Go.
cat, yeah.
ha. And it's like, no, give me all fours on the ground, such with my evolutions, my Ninetales, my Vulpixes, Persian. Give me
Derpy
the
Persian.
4 legs, like, just please, okay? You don't have to put it on 2 legs. Keep it on the 4s, and I'll go Sprigatito the whole way. Me and Sprigatito. I don't know what I'll name it, but
Despacito, what do you mean?
yeah, Despacito. However, if it doesn't stand on all, if it's not on all 4s, I don't think I'm gonna go with it because it's just gonna make me angry.
Mhm.
And that is when I think I would pick Fuecoco
Mm.
because I don't. I'm just not. I guess it also depends on the final evolution of the duck. Where do you go from a duck?
A bigger
A,
duck.
a goose? A swan?
Yeah, because,
I need
well,
to
you
know
already
these
had that.
things.
You had Ducklet that goes to Swana, or something like that.
Yeah.
Swanna?
So
Mm.
what are they gonna do with Quaxley? What are they gonna do with our
They're going
duck
to
boy?
Farfetch him. They're going to give him a sword and a shield.
Yes, sounds perfect. But yeah, I mean, I guess it all kind of depends on the final evolution because, as we all know, 10 minutes into playing it, your Pokemon's evolving.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Real fast.
Like you get the cute innocent one for 10 minutes and then it's gone, and you get that weird adolescent one for like most of the time where you're like, all right, I gotta deal with the the second one to get to the the big boss.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna choose as my starter.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, I mean, I guess my last 2 like little things is like the shinies.
Mm.
That's been a huge thing lately. Oh my, I feel like shinies are following me all over the place wherever I go. How have you how do you feel about the shiny thing? Are you like, when it happens it's like, oh cool? Do you go out of your way to find them? Are you just like, okay, this one's different. Into the box you go, it doesn't matter.
So I think Arceus has been the only game that I've found shinies besides obviously the OG shiny Red Gyarados. What up, Gold and Silver? Like, it's a cool concept. I like the palette swap of it. When it used to be the breeding mathematical equation to find the 1% of the EV values that you can't even see on the summary page, I was just like, that is nope. I'm not putting in that work. As for Arceus, like the ones I have found, it's just been like I've stumbled upon them kind of thing. I think if I was to ever deep dive into a shiny hunt, it would be something that I like meticulously looked at, like Bulbapedia or whatever that website is, and be like, oh, like which one do I actually care about, and then go from there. But yeah, it's a cool concept. I would appreciate it if it was more just this happens at random instead of this whole breeding thing, because like I've seen people on Twitch that like their egg attempts, like, oh, this is the 1,000th egg we're opening today. I'm just like,
Yeah.
how, like, I don't watch it, but I'm like, how do people sit here for hours and just do that? Ooh. Whatever, you do you. So it's fine, it's cool. I don't think I'll ever bash my head into a wall about it, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple friends who will do like, resets to try and get a shiny of this or that, or have had shiny races, and I'm like, bless you all. Because after like a second attempt of restarting, no, I'm done.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here for thousands of retempt. No, I am not that person. My Switch will go out the window before that happens. Because I would not be able to. Never got a shiny in any of the other games. Arceus was the first one. And from what I've heard, Arceus literally just throws them at you.
Oh,
like,
okay.
shiny Ponyta, have this shiny,
yeah, true.
just throwing them at you. Because I'm like, I have like 4 shinies that I've just stumbled upon. I'm like, hey, you're not the right color. What's going on with you right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you're a shiny. That's awesome. However, my shiny Scyther,
Ooh.
I didn't know he was shiny until afterwards, because my only thing with the shinies, don't get me wrong, it's nice. They're color swapped. Except for when the color's not really swapped.
Yeah, it's just
and
like...
it's just like the slightest little variation. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It should be something
It's
like really obscure. Like, he's purple.
Yeah, like, or such as like the Gyarados, you know? Give me a red Scyther, you know? I know they have,
That's
you
scissor.
know, yeah, well, okay, or something else, okay? Hey, they have, it's, Magikarp is gold.
Oh, really?
And then when he evolves, he instantly turns red. Really? Like, you can palette swap that when they evolve into X sizer thing with your. I didn't evolve my Scyther. I wasn't going through that. I liked my original.
Yeah.
Somewhat shiny boy that a slightly lighter green than all the others. But yeah, I mean, they're just kind of throwing them at you in Arceus. But as far as trying to go through all that calculations and stuff like that, I was never one for it. I just went, shinies, they don't really matter much. It's cool that, when I stumble upon them, but I don't think I could ever go through and do the resets or do the math and be like, yes, I need this shiny Pokemon.
Right. Nice.
But yeah. My final question. Who's your favorite evolution?
It's partial between Umbreon and Jolteon. And the thing is, like, it's based off looks alone. Because whenever I've gotten them in game, they suck. It's just like, like Jolteon doesn't get any good thunder moves until he's like 50 when you get Thunderbolt or something. And it's like, you got Quick Attack, you got Pin Missile, you got Tackle. Like, you're just an Eevee that's spiky now. I mean, you look cool, but you don't do shit. And then Umbreon, I don't know, I've never been a big one on the dark type, so he just looks cool. Or they look cool, rather. Excuse me.
I mean, I went into that question and I had 2 answers in mind. And one was Jolteon and the other one was Umbreon. And I went, the only reason why I thought these is like, it's probably because they're yellow.
I mean, that is a reason too, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I know that, your favorite color is yellow. And I'm like, it's going to be yellow. It's going to be one of the yellow ones. So, I mean, kind of did nail that one in a way. But yes, I mean, they do look very cool.
Yeah.
I love all of them. I always have all of them on my team. Except for the ones you can't fit, but I do swap them out, make sure they all get their love. Gotta love all of the evolutions.
Is there a type of evolution that we haven't seen that you want in the next one?
Yes. I actually talked about this the other day with Genghis, as we were like, I'd like to see a new type in the new game. It might not happen. That's fine. But I think I'd like to see like my first thought, and I instantly backtracked it, was Ghost.
Okay.
Because I'm like, that'd be awesome. And then I thought, no, I don't. I don't want, no,
You don't want a Cubone
Specteon.
Marahawk or or Marowak
Like,
or Ghastly situation.
yeah, I don't want that. However, Poison.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, maybe a Poison type would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like a Ground or Rock type. That would be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Or Steel. I was like, Steel and Poison were like my top two, because they would also be rather easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steel, you slap like metal coat on that as like the
Sure.
item to get. Poison, I mean, I don't know. Don't splash poison on your AVs. They don't like that.
Meh.
They'll leave you. But I'm sure you can figure out something that'd be like, yeah, poison. But no ghost EVs, guys. No ghost EVs.
Damn it.
That'd be sad.
Would be cool.
I mean, Genghis actually had a really good way to evolve it to
Okay.
be like a ghost type, is like high friendship, but at night. Like you'll go to like a graveyard
Well,
that's
that
in
was
the
Umbreon,
game.
wasn't it?
No, Umbreon's just
Was the Moonstone?
friendship at night.
Yeah.
To where I think Espeon was during the day.
Yes. Yeah, and the originals, and then I think you can use the Moonstone and Sunstone now. That those are thing. Well, Moonstone's been a thing, but I think.
But
you
yeah,
can
I think
use
like
those.
But yeah, they like go to a graveyard at like nighttime with high friendship, summon your AV, and then it'll be like, yeah, you're
Grim Reaper.
No, no, it shows this. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm just like, I don't want to see a ghost type Eevee. I don't want to know the lore behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it'd be sad. And no,
No.
we're not going down that route.